All right, for this video, we're going to look at kind of the reverse of the Pythagorean theorem. Technical term is the converse. If you ever hear converse, what it means is you could take a theorem and switch it around and it's still true. Pythagorean theorem, what it said was if you had a right triangle, well then a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Here we just switch around the order. If you're given three sides of the triangle and you don't know anything about the angles, and if this holds true, if a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then you can say that that triangle is a right triangle, meaning you have a 90-degree angle in there. Okay, so let's apply that. We're just going to do 1 and 2, and that'll be it. This is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. All right, so for this, it's saying determine whether each set of measures can be the lengths of the sides of a right triangle. It's basically just asking you, all right, if you had a triangle and the measures of the sides were 9, 12, and 16, would you have a right angle in it? So if you look at the sides, again, you want to identify what A, B, and C are. Well, C always has to be the longest side, so obviously this 16 is going to be C. You could make 9A and 12B. Doesn't really matter what you make A and B. You could switch those, but C always has to be the longest side. So we're going to take the 9, 12, and 16 and just plug it into Pythagorean's theorem. So we're going to plug it into A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So it's going to be 9 squared plus 12 squared. And we want to see if it equals 16 squared. All right, so if we do 9 squared, that's 81. 12 squared is 144. And 16 squared is 256. And then when we add the 81 and the 144, it gives us 225. Now you can see this doesn't equal 256. Let's put a slash through it. So since a squared plus b squared does not equal c squared, we're going to say, no, it's not a right triangle. This means that if you had a triangle with 9, 12, and 16 as the side measures, there's no right angle in there. There's no 90-degree angle. All right, let's go over number 2, and let's determine if the sides make a right triangle. So you can see, obviously, C is going to be 25. That's the longest side. So we'll make 15A, and 20, we'll make that B. So let's just plug it into Pythagorean's theorem. So it's going to be 15 squared plus 20 squared. And we're going to see, is that going to equal 25 squared? So really, a lot of the rest of the work, you rely on your calculator. If you just add these up, if you just did 15 squared, I'm going to kind of skip a step. If you just did 15 squared plus 20 squared, actually, I think 15 squared is 225. 20 squared is 400. And if you did 25 squared, that's 625. Well, here you can see if you add 225 and 400, it gives you the same number on the right side. You have 625 equals 625. So since this is true, we've proven that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we say at the end that yes, we have a right triangle. So if you formed a triangle with those side measures, 15, 20, and 25, one of those angles is going to be 90 degrees.